Fam, wherever you are, I bring you on great things, you understand? And today let's talk about the camera and the spirituality behind the camera, you understand? We all know about cameras and how it was invented and all of that, and how exactly. You see, there's a spirituality behind the camera, and this spirituality which is behind the camera, once you sit in front of the camera, it means that you are inside this spirituality. The only way for you to break out of this spirituality is if you see the guy behind the camera, you understand? And the guy behind the camera is the guy who invented the whole process. You understand? Aha. So when the spirituality is negative and when the spirituality is very bad and is affecting the lives of the people, what happens is that anybody, a journalist, anybody, any political head, anybody at all who sits in front of the camera, you are under this spirituality. You understand? You are under this spirituality because you don't know. We have been rounded in spirituality. The whole of Africa have been rounded in spirituality because the gadgets that we import into Africa comes from foreign countries. You understand? So every gadget, like cameras, like for when you take a photograph, somebody is behind it. Somebody is behind the photograph that you have taken. Now, why am I saying all of this? The reason is that I've been talking about control and how to break out of the colonial project. They have rounded the whole of Africa in knowledge. They have rounded Africa in knowledge. The cameras is their tools. You understand? So when you are a political head, a president, and you want to be the head of your country, you need the cameras. You need to be able to stand in front of the cameras. And who produces our cameras? It's the white guy. So you are in office, you think you're the president. But you're under this guy's spirituality. You are under these people's spirituality. That is how the white people have been controlling the whole of Africa. And it's true. Because it makes sense. Look. This whole world, everything that we have in this world, all the artificial things were created by man like us. So the camera is one of them, the laptops and all of that. The phones are all part of the things that have been created by man. You understand? So hey, if somebody uses spirituality to develop a laptop, a phone, and you are using, you are under that somebody's spirituality. You understand? The same with cameras. The guy who invented the camera wanted you to take photograph of yourself. But hey, who took photograph of him? He is the guy. He is the mastermind. That is what they call it, behind the technology. You understand? He is the mastermind behind the technology. So how can you break out of this control? When you are importing their cameras, when you are importing cameras from the white people's land, you think you can break out just like that? You can't. Because the president, the politician, and the musician, they all want the cameras. Every child in Africa wants to stand in the cameras. Everybody wants to be a public head, a public figure and all of that. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody. In the whole of Africa, every child grows up to want to be famous. How can you become famous? The social media, what have you and all of that. The radio and all of that. That is the only tools that makes a man famous. That is the only technology that allows us to communicate with the people. So if you're smart, you don't have to pick a microphone and go to the street and you sit in your home and you deliver your messages. You understand? So that is it. That is how they have been controlling Africa. The technology. You import your microphones when you sit behind the microphone. It is somebody's spirituality. You understand? Look at me for instance. I am sitting in the cameras. You understand? So once the camera captures me like that, I am under this spirituality. You understand? But the only way for me to break out of this spirituality, to recognize the spirituality behind that camera technology. And I know that there is somebody. So you cannot control me. Your spirituality cannot control me. This is what I want the whole Africa to know. That we are under their spirituality. But we are breaking out now. You understand? We are breaking out from their fucking madness.